feel like the main character in your life because you're too busy scrolling on social media, watching other people be the main character in their lives and wishing that it was you.
Would you consider yourself a main character? Oh my god, no I don't, but I watch you!
You're bougie, you're too much, you're high maintenance, you treat yourself all the time. I get these comments on a daily basis in my actual life and under the comment section of my videos.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaya and welcome back to Amaya's Unsolicited Opinions. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about main character syndrome and how it's creating narcissists. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what main character syndrome is, the role that social media has to play with main character syndrome, and how this is affecting Gen Z. So let's get right into the video.
One of the main reasons why narcissists love social media is because it allows them to be whoever they want to be. And of course, if you're new here, I'm actually a diagnosed narcissist. Y'all, narcissistic people, toxic people, absolutely love, and a lot of them, us, thrive on social media because social media allows us to cultivate any identity that we want to.
Main character syndrome can essentially be defined as believing that you're the star of the show. A recent movie that I watched that I feel like would describe this is The Truman Show.
I just got done watching this movie and I don't trust nobody, and I'm gonna tell you why. So basically this show is following Truman, and he is the star of a show, but he don't know he is the star of a show. All his life he has been just living a normal life with normal parents, going to a normal school, having a normal job. Little do he know, everybody around him are actors and actresses. Everybody around him is in on this show, and it's not until he started peeping little stuff that he started putting two and two together.
You know, everybody in the city gaslighting this guy and watching him worldwide because he was the star of the show since he was a child. And you know, we've seen this heavily on the internet, as there has been a variety of different people that have displayed main character syndrome. One, the girlies at the gym where people aren't looking at them for real, but they used to take those videos of themselves in the gym and like show clips of like people walking by and looking and be like, oh, they're looking at me, I don't understand why. Or like really bad people and that were really bad in friendships, creating story times and basically saying like, this other person was so evil, I never do anything wrong to anybody, and then it comes out like there's footage of them saying the N-word and being the worst person possible.
Guys, like, one thing about the internet, y'all are just so fucking sensitive. Y'all are blowing up my fucking Instagram right now, telling me to turn my TikTok comments on because you guys are still so upset that I pushed my friend in the pool a week ago. Like, I can't believe you guys are so sensitive.
And this phenomenon essentially was made post-COVID because, you know, a lot of us were at home and a lot of us were not in touch with who we really were, and a lot of us were confused. And people that were posting these videos and making it go viral on TikTok essentially created this trend so that, you know, people would be more in touch with themselves and feel more confident in who they are.
If you want your best life, where you are resilient, where you are balanced, where you are happy, and where you're able to find joy, it comes from you being the sun, you being the center. When we take other people and we put them on such a pedestal that we treat them as if they are more important than us, that their needs are more important than ours, that their desires are more important than ours, that we have to contort ourselves to appeal to them, we're making them the main character.
The job is well done, but now we're noticing the worst of main character syndrome. There's people that are acting like they're the main character that shouldn't be. You should be a side character because you're a deplorable human being. He diddy bad. People like that, because everybody wants to be famous. This has been going on for centuries. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants what comes with being famous. As a YouTuber, people, you know, say to me every day, oh, as a YouTuber, it must be so cool, it must be so fun. Baby, some weeks you gotta grind them video out. Some days I wake up at 6 a.m. I go to sleep at 1 a.m. because not only am I a YouTuber, but I'm a double major in college. Y'all, when I tell you this is no joke, like, it's 2:59, 2:58. I'm serious. I'm on the hunt. I'm pushing these videos out like Nicki Minaj. I'm hungry. Back to the video.
I'm starting to feel like a dungeon dragon, rah, like a dungeon dragon.
And then on top of that, there's people in the comment section that will be rage baiting, like I said in my last video, that want to sit up and play and act like they don't know what I'm saying. And as a YouTuber, you have to, learn to not respond to those comments. But a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I just want to be in the main character because I want to be in the spotlight, because that's what they see on social media. But they do not see the harm that comes with being the main character. Like, there is currently a conversation online surrounding, pretty women, and how a lot of pretty women do not have friends.
I have this ongoing theory that really, really pretty girls have significantly less friends than the average population, because at some point in their lives, they had a friend that secretly hated them.
Social media and influencing is essentially based off of, doing everything to curate this perfect life, to put on the internet, to make people believe that you're just living such a fun and such an extravagant life. And when you get these followers from this, because, a lot of times people will just fall for whatever. People believe whatever they want to believe, which is why so many people get by putting fake content on the net.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
And usually the algorithm rewards self-centered content. It rewards oversharing. It rewards you, telling your personal stories, which is why I love story times, and which is why so many people love story times. But at the same time, what you've seen is a lot of these regular people that gain millions and thousands of followers start acting weird and start acting different. Majority of the time, that's literally because they have this title of being an influencer. They have this title of having so and so many followers, and it makes them feel like they're the main character, but they forget, oh, well, I'm an influencer, but I'm a human being first. Like, I know I'm an influencer, but I shouldn't be looking you up and down and ask you how many followers you have when we're in a grocery store. Or, oh, you only have 1,000 followers? Oh, okay. Like, okay. But what does Gen Z have to play in this? And there's so many things that have been ruined due to main character culture. I've seen videos on the internet. I've made a video on my channel talking about club culture and talking about how, in the club, everybody thinks they're the main character. Everybody thinks somebody should be walking up to me because I look so sexy tonight. And since everybody in the room feels like they're the main character, nobody is really going after what they really want. Nobody's really humbling themselves and going on the dance floor and dancing.
I saw a video on my For You page of a girl talking about how the club is in its flop era, and I am so fucking glad she said something, because I've been meaning to bring it.
It's because y'all be on that damn phone. Not to sound like my dad, but I do genuinely think that people have a fear of going to the club, turning up, dancing, being belligerently drunk, how like that 2000s white girl wasted, and being recorded, because everything is fucking recorded for everybody. There's no like privacy. Everything is always on the internet. Everything is always for views, for clicks, for fucking whatever. So I think people really are like, oh, I gotta have a little decorum while I go out, because I might end up on Twitter.
During high school, everybody used to be talkative. Nobody had a problem with answering questions. Nobody had a problem with doing the most. And now, as I've been in college, when I tell you how many classes I go into and people are surprised, people only yap because I'm in there yapping, it's crazy. People only open their mouths to speak when there's one person that's doing it. If nobody in your class is talking, nobody wants to talk. And I just found that so weird. And I honestly think that's just because, not only just because of main character culture, but also because of the net. Because we grew up with the internet and, we went through the demi, and now people just don't want to talk. Because when you try to talk to people, specifically Gen Z, like, you'll say something like, oh, your outfit is cute, and like somebody will be like, okay, anyways. What the hell? Like, you're not Beyonce. There's a vast difference between being narcissistic and being the character and just loving yourself. What you notice from people who actually love themselves is once you love yourself, it's easier to love other people because you know who you are, which means anybody who walks in the room who's just as confident as you, who is just as glowing as you, who has just as much going on in their life as you, or who has more than you, instead of feeling insecure, you're going to feel inspired. And that's going to make you become a person who has more love for people who have more than you, for people who are on the same level as you, and for people who have less than you. But what can we do about this? It's kind of where we're just going as a culture. Everybody, you know, as more and more people get on the internet and become influencers, and more people feel like, you know, why should I have to do this for somebody else? Or why should I have to care about what's going on in somebody else's life? Or why should I have to ask somebody how they're feeling today, or how's the weather going? It's just going to cause a culture where everybody feels like they're the main character and nobody's going to really get to know each other, you know, at least outside of the superficials. There's been an uptick of girls getting on the internet saying, if my friend's not pretty, I don't want to be friends with her. If this person doesn't do this, I don't want to be friends with them. If this person doesn't talk like this, I don't want to be friends with them. And it's like, so you're missing out on the human experience because you're just solely looking at superficials. And a lot of people get on the net and be saying stuff like that and be the most ugliest people, if not outside within, because there's no reason that somebody has to look a certain way to be your friend. I'm sorry. To close up this video, a lot of people need to learn how to become a side character in somebody else's story and humble themselves, because you might end up learning and growing from it. You can't be the main character every day. There's going to be somebody that comes into a room and has done 3 million times more than you. That's when, instead of you thinking, oh, I'm the best person in the room, you should learn and grow and learn from that human being as much as you can, and not see them as some type of competition. See them as inspiration. If you want to become an influencer, do not look at these other influencers that have millions of followers and think, I can't wait till I get to the point where I'm competing with them. Look at what they have, become inspired by it, and grow as a human being. And that was it for this video. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, follow my other channel, and have a beautiful day.
Life move fast and you know what you want.